Our last speaker in the junior section tonight comes from Bacchus Marsh Grammar. Please welcome Ishnoor Dhillon.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome. I stand before you today to share a story that's been told for centuries, a story about a number that's been labelled as unlucky, a number that's been blamed for all the misfortunes that have occurred in the world and is a superstition. Yes, I'm talking about the infamous number 13. But let me tell you, my dear friends, I, Ishnoor Dhillon, born on Friday the 13th, can tell you that this reputation is nothing but a myth, a joke, a big fat lie. You see, the number 13 is not unlucky at all. As soon as I was old enough to understand what we call the concept of bad luck, I knew I was cursed, doomed for life. Being born on Friday the 13th was something my parents always tried to make light of, but I could sense their enemies whenever the day rolled around. Growing up, I was always the odd one out. I didn't have many friends, and those I did always seemed to keep me at arm's length. I tried to tell myself that this was just my imagination, but the older I got, the more convinced I became that something was wrong with me. But one day, it occurred to me, what if this is just a superstition that has led me to doubt myself? Why am I giving this number so much power to let shape myself as a person I am not? Why am I letting this number tell me I will never be able to do it right? Why? So here I am, announcing that I am born on 13th of November, and I'm here to convince you all that the number 13 has no bad luck and is just a superstition. Now, many people believe that if a child is born on Friday the 13th, they will be cursed with bad luck for the rest of their life. Well, here I am, nothing fortunate's happening. I mean, unless the roof falls down. But let's be positive here, because there's no truth to this belief. Do you know the rate of being born on Friday the 13th decreases so heavily that there are approximately 800 less births on this day? Are people waiting till 12:01 of the 14th to deliver their baby? What is happening to our society? Why are we letting this number drive us crazy? Why? Now tell me, if you were born on the 13th, would you consider yourself unlucky? Would you blame yourself for every mistake? Would you live life as a normal person? Would you be misfortunate? Would you refuse to travel on the 13th day of a month? How about skipping the 13th floor of a building? In fact, this fear is so widespread that most tall buildings in America with more than 40 floors will tend not to have a 13th floor. Hilarious, right? Really believing that a number has that much tough luck associated with it that you decide not to have a 13th floor. As a matter of fact, there's no scientific evidence that supports the number 13 brings bad luck. This belief has been around for centuries and has led many people to avoid the number 13 altogether, especially on Friday the 13th, thinking that something miserable might happen to them. But in reality, there's no reason to fear this number. In fact, if we look at history, some of the most successful people and events have been associated with the so-called unlucky number 13. Sure, it's considered unlucky in many cultures, but did you know NASA named the first Apollo mission Apollo 13? Despite the mission's technical difficulties, the crew made it back to Earth safely. And let's not forget about the 13 original colonies that formed the United States. Coincidence? We think not. And bear in mind that there are 13 weeks in a quarter, 13 cards in each suit of a standard deck, 13 full moons in a year. So how can we believe the number 13 is unlucky? The fear of the number 13 is so widespread that it even has a name, triskaidekaphobia. This phobia affects millions of people around the world and has led to many irrational behaviors and beliefs. But in fact, the number 13 has no inherent power to bring misfortune. It's just another number like any other. So why do many people believe in this superstition? The answer lies in history and culture. Many cultures have their own beliefs and superstitions about numbers. In some cultures, the number 13 is considered lucky, while in others, it's considered unlucky. For example, in Italy, the number 13 is associated with good fortune and prosperity. In some parts of India, the number 13 is considered unlucky, while in China, the number 13 is believed to bring good luck. The fear of the number 13 is deeply rooted in Western culture, where it's been associated with adversity since ancient times. One theory is that this belief originated from the Last Supper, where Judas Iscariot, the disciple who betrayed Jesus, was 13th guest at the table. But these are just myths and legends with no scientific basis. As we come to an end of our discussion about unlucky numbers, it's clear that the number 13 is not any more or less lucky than any other number. And this superstition is just that made-up lie building up fear in many person's eyes. And we should all remind ourselves that the number 13 is just that, a number. Secondly, we should become aware of the inspiring stories of successful people who don't let unlucky numbers hold them back. Lastly, I believe it's time to let go of this unfounded fear and embrace the number 13 for what it is, a unique and interesting number with no inherent power to bring bad luck. Congratulations, you survived my speech without the roof falling down.